We have been actually getting an insane amount of requests from people, I guess, who are new to cocktails that don't actually know what simple syrup is. So let's talk about what it is and how to make it. There's two methods that I like to make simple syrup, and there's two different types of syrup that you can make. Simple syrup is basically a 2-to-1 or 1-to-1 ratio of sugar and water to make a syrup. The purpose of simple syrup is to sweeten cocktails to balance out acidic elements. Most commonly, it's gonna be, fruit syrup. Citrus syrup like lime or lemon or something. And it is intended to give you if you're using just like regular sugar, it's intended to give you a neutral sweet flavor that basically just enhances the juice, preserving those juice flavors, but just enhancing it to make it more palatable and sweet. So you get like a sweet and sour vibe, right? It's basically the natural sweet and sour. So it's the combination of like lime or lemon and simple syrup. Simple syrup can be made out of any type of sugar. If you're using stuff like honey or agave, that's gonna be a different kind of syrup. That's honey syrup or agave syrup. But if you use sugar in various states of processing, it's still going to be simple syrup. So if you use demerara, you're making a demerara syrup. If you're using, muscovado, you're making a muscovado syrup. All of these are simple syrups, although the less processed sugar is going to give you more kind of warming flavors because you have a lot more of the molasses element in it because it is less refined. Simple syrups come in two different varieties for the most part. Well, three different varieties if you ask Anders Ericsson, because there's the simple syrup, which is just like the regular 1-to-1 simple syrup, right? And that's a 50% sweetness basically. Then you have 2-to-1 simple syrup, which is 2 parts sugar to 1 part water, which is at about 63 to 65% sweetness. And then Anders Ericsson likes to do a 1.5-to-1. So semi-rich simple syrup. The more sugar content that's in the water to make this syrup, the more shelf stable your syrup will be. So 1-to-1 simple syrup usually goes off in about 2 weeks and it will start getting bacterial growth in it and you have to throw it out. If you do a 2-to-1 simple syrup, it will be 100% shelf stable. And if you do a semi-rich simple syrup, I don't know how shelf stable it is. Definitely more shelf stable than 1-to-1 and less shelf stable than 2-to-1. Okay, you wanna make simple syrup? So simple syrup is pretty simple. What you want to do is you want to add an equal amount of sugar and water. I like to do this by weight because it is more accurate. And there is 2 different ways that you can do this. You can do a hot processed syrup and you can do a cold processed syrup. If you're using castor sugar, which I'm using today, it's very easy to do a cold processed syrup. And that just means using room temperature water with the sugar to dissolve it. The thing is that if you use regular granulated sugar, which has bigger crystals, then that is going to be harder to dissolve in water and you want to use hot water. That said, I did recently read, I don't know if it was an article or a blog post by Jeffrey Morgenthaler, who says that he does not believe in cold processed syrup at all, whether you're using castor sugar or not. Well, I don't know if he actually mentioned the castor sugar, but he definitely said that hot processed syrup is kind of the way to go. And in taste tests, people have preferred the cocktail with the hot processed syrup in it. So take that for what you will.
That's weird.
I haven't done the test that Morgenthaler did, so I don't know.
Come into Free Pour real soon.
We should get an impartial person, not you or me. Maybe we get Plex in here or Amy in here. We make the cocktails and they taste it so that there's somebody that is just like the general public that does not have a dog in this race to taste the cocktails and see if one matters over the other or if they taste the same.
I mean, we shouldn't even tell them what they're tasting. We're just like,
come and taste these cocktails and tell me what you think. Which one do you prefer?
Yeah.
I also want to do Amy because Amy cooks and she tastes a lot of food and she has a very sensitive palate. So I think actually better than Plex. I think Amy's probably the way to go. Now let's get back to just weighing and why you should weigh. Superfine sugar and regular granulated sugar has different crystal size. And that's why technically if you weigh it, it's more accurate because if you zoom into just like regular granulated sugar on 50 times or whatever, you will see that they are little squares and they all fall in on each other. And there is like air space between those squares because they don't fit together perfectly. Whereas something like this fits together perfectly. That said, I have noticed that whether you do castor sugar or whether you do regular granulated sugar, 250 grams, which is usually the standard, it equals 1 cup. Okay, now if you're doing something like muscovado sugar, demerara sugar, which has even bigger crystals, these amounts can be off. So for instance, it could be a little more than a cup or a little less than a cup, and that's why it's better to just weigh your ingredients. You should also weigh the liquid volume. That being said, this isn't true for everything, so getting used to measuring by weight is the best way to go. So you should just get used to that, and you should just do it no matter what. We're just gonna measure out 250 grams. Then you just add in the same amount of water. It's pretty simple. And stir. And what you should see is, because we're using superfine sugar, it's gonna dissolve super quickly. I have been very bad about labeling. And then like the next week I come and I'm like, what is this? Is it 2 to 1? Is it 1 to 1? Like, so I'm just gonna start labeling everything now. And putting a date on it so we know, oh yeah, this has been here since May of last year. Maybe we should get rid of it. It has gone into the twilight zone of the fridge. The black hole that is the fridge. A little while ago, I was like, why when I label things should I put the year on it? I mean, like, it's not gonna be there for a year. And then I went inside to the fridge and I was like, why didn't I put the fucking year on this?
Sugar and spice, give you everything that's nice. Come on, sugar and spice. What you want from me, baby?
Still not fully dissolved, but it's good enough, I think. Well, we have simple syrup again. I swear to God I did this last week.